After 5 years of selling trading cards, I've learned this one important thing that I just learned recently, and it makes so much sense. And it's called cost of change. And if you're interested in pushing your business to the next level, I think this is something you have to understand. What is cost of change? This is really hard to measure, but let me paint a picture. From point A to point B, you have a linear line, okay? And your goal objective is to get to the end of that line. Now, if you look around, and you could use this example for any of the top entrepreneurs in the trading card business, they are subject matter experts in one field. Okay, vendors, right? They deal with high-end Pokémon slabs and singles. So those people get to excel in that field. You have people that are on the top of the game with repacks, mystery packs. What I'm trying to get at is there is not a single person that's at the top that is a subject matter in all fields, okay? They are not a jack of all trades. And I was under the impression that being a jack of all trades is actually more beneficial than just being a subject matter expert. And that's just not right, in my opinion, from what I've learned. And I'm going to kind of talk about some examples, some real life scenarios that I put myself in, how I'm actually seeing it firsthand with numbers backing it up. So cost of change, you don't really know how much damage you're actually doing. For example, in the beginning of the year, we started out, our one goal was to be some of the best whatnot streamers, right? We streamed 4 to 5 times a week. And when we started, that was our only goal and our only focus, okay? And you could say the same thing for very successful people on eBay. You have different platforms, different websites, and TCG Player. The more you specialize in your one field and the more work you put in, the consistency, that's when you climb your way to the top, if that makes sense. So anytime that you try to add to your business plan, it's actually not helping you. And let me use myself for example, okay? We started out at Whatnot, and that was our main focus, our main objective. And also be advised that anything that you're trying to do, you're trying to push, whether you're mystery packs, eBay seller, TCG, streamer, whatever it is, okay? You can go down the list and do your own website, okay? People that operate off their own website. Your social media has to go hand in hand and support what you're doing. That's a 100%. If you want to climb up, you have to promote yourself. And these are free promoting tools. And you don't even have to show yourself. Zardo, right? Where, I don't know if you've seen it, but he has like a POV camera, and he's like, whoa. And he does a little finger, spirit fingers, and he just packs up really expensive stuff. No talking really. So this person just operates off their own website and promotes within just that one field. But for myself and for our business, we are Whatnot sellers. We have our own website. We have a Patreon. We're trying to do consignments. We have all our different social medias. We have a Discord. We do card shows. So in the midst of everything, people that are extremely driven, one thing is never enough. It never feels like you're doing enough. And for people that actually want to put more onto their plate, like myself and many others, we don't know the damage we're actually doing to ourselves. And you don't see the results. You may want to add on something onto your plate. And in the end, I think it's doing a lot more damage. And I'm very guilty of this throughout the start of our journey. This is important just because I feel like there's a lot of people out there like myself. And let's get into that portion, right? Adding, for instance, sports cards. I dealt with sports cards and vintage cards, Marvel, Star Wars, different types of trading card games, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece. Okay, being a jack of all trades is like being a shop owner, a store, an LGS. And I always kind of wanted to mold my business model on that. Okay, like, hey, I have a little bit of everything, so come check us out. But in reality, that is not going to be the fastest way to your business needs, to your business goals. Okay, it's a linear plan, and you have to stick to that one plan and then promote your business through interest media. Okay, it's no longer social media. And I want to talk about something that I had to recently decline. The Drip Shop. It is kind of like Whatnot live selling, and they reached out, and big shout out to Drip. Like, thank you so much. But they offered me if we wanted to do kind of like a collab, a mystery pack type thing. Coops Collectibles is on there, and many other social media content creators are out there. And I was really honored. And I always believed, I was always taught this, to take any opportunity you get. Okay. And it's just not beneficial when you already have so much stuff going on. If you don't got shit going on in your life, yes, take any opportunity you can get, but you have to understand when to say no. And I think that's a really tough part of this business, is understanding, does this fall into what I'm ultimately trying to do? Okay, so when I say consistency is key and stick to your platform, I'm not bullshitting you. It just works. Okay, whatever platform you're operating off of. And also, there's people that specialize in vintage only. Okay, and there's a huge vintage market out there. So even if you're not into the modern cards and you're like, oh, I just like the nostalgia and all this, older sets, there is a huge market. And people that just specialize in vintage and older cards, they're winning in their own niche. People that curate repacks and mystery packs, right? If you focus on your only one line of business, you will reach your goal faster. Okay, that's my big point here, is you do not want death by 1,000 paper cuts. And I'm sitting here telling you that I've been death by 1,000 paper cuts for the past 5 years. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I think building foundations is very important. The people that are specialized in one subject matter, you're doing it right. Okay, you're doing it right. Don't lose focus. One of the hardest things, like right now, is here. I wrote it down here. The hardest part of this business is staying focused. You have to make sure that it's part of your line, okay, your business structure, your business plan. Okay, rushing is imaginary. There is no timeline on this thing. It doesn't exist. You are measuring your own timeline to what other people say. Hey, I made this much money within the first half a year. Stop comparing yourself to other people's success. Okay, your chapter 1 is not somebody else's chapter 26. So you have to keep that in consideration, including myself, because I know this bull market is not going to last forever. It will eventually become a bear market, okay? And the last thing you want to do is try to grow and make a name for yourself in the bear market, So there it is. There is my mind. You can kind of see the struggles. Stay consistent, promote yourself on that one thing, and that is the key to success in this trading card market. Okay, but ultimately it comes down on you, your personality, how much you push, how much the inventory, your sourcing. All of this is just compiled into one. You have to get good at all of these things in order for you to reach that whole big picture. And this comes with time. If this comes with time, I hope that this brought some value to some people that kind of think like me and are just so high, have a high motor, that just want to keep adding things onto their plate. Stop adding things onto your plate. Learn how to make your one baby more successful, okay? And you need to let the other ones die. Sophie's choice, right? We all know that. Even in business, even in this business, we understand that there's some sacrifices you have to make. You already know. Keep on keeping on. Later, everybody.